Welcome to Jill's Game of the Week. I'm Jill, and this is the Game of the Week. Codenames. Codenames is recommended for ages 10 and up. It takes approximately 15 minutes to play, and you can play it with 2 to 8 or more players. To play Codenames, you will set up a 5x5 grid of randomly selected cards. Each card has a word on them. Once you split into your teams, one team will be blue and take the blue tiles, and one team will be red and they will take the red tiles. Choose 2 players, one from each team, to be the Codemasters. They secretly draw a card and look at it. The 2 of them agree which way to orient the card before beginning. Place it so that only the 2 of them can see. The red team's goal is to get all of their red tiles covered, and the blue team's goal is to get the blue words covered. But beware, if someone from your team guesses the assassin word, the game ends immediately and that team will lose. So if anyone says battery, the game will end immediately. The Codemasters will examine the board secretly for a few minutes to determine which words are theirs. I'm going to pretend to be red and see how many of these words I can connect. So I've got straw, draft, Tokyo, table, bow or bow, mug, glass thief, and superhero. So I'm going to try to connect as many of those words with one clue. I might give the clue drink for 2. And then my teammates are going to examine all the words and they're going to pick the 2 words that they think are associated with drink. Now in my head, I'm hoping they're going to pick straw and mug. However, now that I'm looking at this, they could pick bar and glass. So that maybe wasn't the best clue. After I've given drink for 2, I then stay silent until my team has physically touched a guess. And they guess one at a time. So let's say my team successfully guesses straw. They figure that's the safest one to go with. They're going to press their finger on the card, and if they're correct, which they are, I'm going to take one of my red tiles and I'm going to cover it up so we know that that one has been guessed. They now get a second guess. Now let's say they choose bar. Well, that's not a red one, it's not a blue one, and thankfully it's not the assassin either. It's neutral. So all you have to do is grab a neutral tile and cover it up as well. That means that your team's turn is done for the round. Now it's blue's turn to guess. One additional rule to keep in note is you always get 1 extra guess as long as you have not guessed incorrectly. So my team knows now that somewhere on this board there is still 1 word left for the clue drink. So they can keep that in mind. Next round, let's say I do kitchen for 2. And they successfully pick table and glass. Now they can take 1 extra guess to try to guess that last drink clue. They can choose to take that extra guess, or if they're not confident, they can just pass to the next team. Once one team has successfully covered all of their tiles, would officially win the game, and you can go on to the next round. When a Codemaster draws the card, another thing to keep in mind is the colored lights around the edge. That is telling you which team goes first and which team gets this token that is double-sided. It just means that the first player team has 1 extra word to guess. Additional rules are for giving a clue, it can only be 1 word. No giving away any clues or information while your team is discussing which cards to pick. You can spell your clue out if there are 2 different meanings for the word, such as night with a K and night without a K. And that's how you play Codenames.